Hi, I'm Sogath Haldar, Product Manager for Adobe Commerce and WooCommerce integrations at Avalara. I work very closely with a lot of customers, and they confirm me over and over again that one of the most complicated part of compliance is managing exemption certificate. And we agree. In fact, we think ECM is unnecessarily complicated. So in my work with Adobe Commerce, we set out to make it simpler because we knew if we make ECM simpler, we can save our customers time and can make their life easier. And we did make it simpler, as you will see. In a little while, I'll show you a demo of how simple it is. And you should know this, nobody but Avalara is doing this in the Adobe Commerce ecosystem. But first, a little context. We built our original Avalara ECM on 4 value proposition. Number 1, to improve the customer's experience and reduce the headache of our customers. Number 2, it easily track and maintain your certificates and document. Remember that word simpler is the important word here. Number 3, of course, to manage compliance as you scale your business and provide plenty of flexibility as your business grows. Number 4, together with AvaTax, monitor your compliance potential sales tax obligation and maintain compliance. It sounds simple, but it is unnecessarily complicated to do all that. There are 5 steps for doing ECM. You can add a customer and certificate, request certificates on the behalf of customers, Avalara review and validate the certificates, and also you can manage any of the expiring certificates out there and be ready for any audits. Now, let's consider Adobe Commerce ECM connector. And to do those 5 steps for ECM, you need to go outside of the connector. You need to go to AvaTax or any B2B platform, and then you have to create those certificates, and that's not making it simpler. And that is why I'm happy to bring you exciting news today that we have converted, we have changed those 5 responsibilities or 5 tasks into features. You do not have to go outside the connector. You can add a customer, you can add a certificate, you can review those certificates, you can validate those certificates, you can manage the expiring certificates, everything within the connector. You don't have to go outside. Now, here's what I'm saying to make it even more clear. So think ECM as a headache, because somewhere it is. ECM has always been a big complicated headache for any e-commerce business. So imagine how you fix a headache. You need to go outside of your office or home to a store or a pharmacy. You need to buy an aspirin. Then you need to buy a water. Then you need to take that aspirin and wait for the headache to be gone. But with ECM, within the connector, you don't have to go outside your office or home. The aspirin and water is just beside you. Just take the aspirin and the headache will go away. So this completely saves your time and your frustration. Now, when there are nothing much you need to do. I mean, you have to do 2 to 3 steps, but not everything there. You just have whatever you need, you do it within the connector, and it is easy and you can seamlessly, and it is uncomplicated. As we like to say, ECM is now headache free. Adobe Commerce has the second most subscribed customers in Avalara, and trust me, that is a lot of customers. And I'm going to now show you a demo so you can see for yourself, and that it is ECM made simpler and easier right inside the connector with Adobe Commerce. I'm going to show you. So if you can see, inside the Adobe Commerce admin panel. So you need to go to stores and then from stores, you can go to Exemption Certificate Management tab. It will directly land you to that configuration setting itself. See how seamless it is. Here you can choose if you want to enable this setting or not. If you would you like to yes, if you select yes, then the certificate feature will start working. I'm not going to bore you with all this feature functionalities and settings. I'll directly take you to the store where the actual action starts. So here, if you see, this is a default general page for a Magento or any Adobe Commerce user. I'm going to select a bag, any bag, whichever, like this bag looks very good, black. Then I'll scroll up. I have selected two bags. Okay, I'll proceed to checkout. I have selected a California address. I have selected a shipping for $15. I'll click next. Now, don't get confused with why these links are copied here, because we have given a flexibility to the customer. They can, this will be always here, but this can be manageable because you need to scroll up or down if you add different payment methods. Then you do not have to scroll up and down just for these links. You can add it as per your convenience. This is completely configurable at customer's end. Now, this is the first time I'm adding a certificate. So this is how the URLs will look like. So if I just upload, click it here, you can see the data has been pre-filled. But if we are installing or if we're working on the very first time, you might need to fill this one for once, and then it is done. You don't have to edit it again and again. It is pre-filled data. I'll save and continue. I'll select any of these reasons in which I want to apply this exemption. I'm going with federal government. Then I'm going to enter go say FPI, save and continue. Then I'm going to signature it. See, you are doing everything here itself. You're even signing the document here. I'm going to save and continue. Now the document has been saved. You have to apply it. To apply it, you have to click on this apply certificate button. Now see, the tax is gone because the certificate is now been applied to this particular transaction or particular order. What I'm going to do, I'm going to place this order. Now I'm going to see my account, and you can see the order has been created. Order number is 40. Now I'll simply go tax certificates. You see, on tax certificate is a certificate that I've just created at the checkout. Now there are two more features around it, three more features basically. You can view the certificate. So this is the certificate that I've recently created. I'll close this, and then I can invalidate the certificate. I'll do it later. Invalidate means this certificate, if I just click this invalidate certificate button, it will uncheck or simply disconnect or cut it out the certificate information from that particular customer. It won't going to delete it. If you have a cert capture login, you can go and check it there. The document will still be there, but it won't be mapped to this particular customer. So you have to map that. So don't worry, your certificate won't get deleted if later part of you need to file for your income tax returns or something like that. Those will always be there in your cert capture account. Second most important thing, the thing that you have done at the checkout, you can do it here itself. So I just clicked it. I select the state from here, say for example, California, proceed. And the same structure follows here. You can create a certificate here itself. Maybe you're not ready to add a certificate during checkout. Maybe it's a Black Friday deal. and you don't want to keep everything on the edge, you can create multiple certificates as per your convenience here, and then you can simply save it. It will create a records of certificate here. And when you move, let me show you that example also. So if I click bags again, now there's a certificate for California is already there. I'll add to cart. I'll proceed to checkout. I've selected the California address. I'll select the shipping. Next. And see, there is no tax. Because the certificate is already been applied or already been added to your account at the checkout, you don't have to add that certificate again. But if you think that no, I need to change my address, I do not want this address to be, then you need to switch it. You can change it here, update it. Then you can again start doing your transactions. But remember, you need to check for those certificates at the account sections also. That is where you actually manage it. Now I'll go to main page here. Now I've recently that I've created that transaction. I'll go to the admin panel. That is a very general flow because that is still a order. That order needs to convert it into invoice. Once that invoice gets generated, then you get to see, I'll post that transaction to Avalara. Now, here is I'm posting this invoice. Scroll down, submit invoice. Now, this invoice is right now in queue. It will take minimum 2 minutes to post this invoice. Right now, it is in pending state. While it is in pending state, let me show you a few more things about the admin configurations and the options that admin will get. Till now, the features that we have seen, those are only for the buyers or the end users. Now, how much power or how much feature is been given to admin, I'm going to show you that also. So just go to customers, all customers. I'll select any of the, I just click edit. Then scroll down again. You can see the same panel of tax certificate here. Now there are two more features apart from add exemption, view certificate or invalidate certificate. You can see invite customer to add certificate or update customer information at Avalara. So what these two extra features do in case of admin. So example, if a certificate is expiring and admin knows that the certificate is expiring and admin wants to send a link where a customer can create a certificate by themselves, then the admin needs to click on here. Once the admin click on this link, an email has been sent to this registered customer's email address, and there is a link for adding a certificate. The process is again same. They will click on that email link, and they will redirect it to a page where they need to add those certificates manually, the way we have just shown you on the end users page. Update customer information is at Avalara means if a customer has changed its address or if a customer changed its name or if a customer has any kind of information which they want to update, they can update it here and admin can simply click this button and the information will get automatically updated in Avalara. That is that simple. So that kind of a feature enhancement or feature part we have given to the admin sections so that admins are always empowered. They can do little bit more with respect to our end user. Now, this is where ACM features are being added. And now I'm going to the store. I'll go to queue. I'll see if it's been processed. Yes, and now I'm going to log into Avalara. I'll go to transactions. Now this one to date. And here you can see $134. I'll compare it just for your understanding. So here's the $134 purchase that I've made. I went to Ava tax, and you can say this is not taxed. And I'm going to open this transaction here. You can see exemption applied. Yes, see line details. You can check this is the order number that we have been passing, and this is the invoice number that we are passing here. And if I scroll down, we have added 2 items. If I scroll down, you can see the certificate applied 546. If I click it here, you can see the same certificate that I have seen here also with all the other information here. So, and as of right now, everyone doing ECM using their native B2C platform like TaxJar and Vertex, none of them have integrated ECM like us, the way you have seen just now, that everything is within the connector itself, and there is no difference from those B2C offerings. And now I'll be happy to answer your questions. If you have any, please post them to this channel or the chat, and I'll get back to you. Thank you.